Join me as I challenge myself to ditch girls and drugs for good and see if I can really stick to it. You know, one thing I've learned the hard way, and I mean the real hard way, is that life does not sit around waiting for you to figure it out. It's not some patient teacher giving you unlimited tries until you pass. No, life is a ruthless trainer. It will beat you down if you're not paying attention. And while you're out here spending your energy chasing women and numbing yourself with substances, life is still moving forward. It doesn't slow down just because you decided to hit pause on responsibility. It doesn't care about your excuses, your feelings, or your regrets. It just keeps marching on, and that's the first thing you have to come to terms with. The world doesn't stop for you. Every moment you spend chasing a quick thrill, you're giving up an opportunity to build something lasting. And yeah, I get it. The rush feels good at first. The validation, the excitement, the illusion of being the man. That attention from women, the high from the drug, it feels like power. It feels like freedom. But what you don't realize is that you're not in control. You're not calling the shots. You're just a puppet. And the strings, they're being pulled by temporary pleasure and long-term pain. The game is rigged and you're not winning. You think because she laughs at your jokes or texts you back at 2 a.m. that you've got something real. Come on, man, that's not love, that's convenience, that's manipulation. That's her using you for attention because she's bored. And the minute someone else shines brighter, you're forgotten, disposable. And that drug, that bottle, that blunt, it doesn't love you either. It just gives you an escape from your own potential. It whispers lies to you like, just one more time, you've earned this, or you can quit anytime. But look around. That one more time turned into 5 years of stagnation. That freedom you thought you had turned into chains. See, we live in a world where everyone wants to feel good, but no one wants to be good. Everyone wants the image, but no one wants the discipline. And discipline is the key. Discipline is what separates the boys from the men, because a real man isn't controlled by his urges. He controls them. A real man doesn't chase every girl that smiles at him. He chooses his peace. A real man doesn't need a substance to feel alive. He wakes up with purpose, but most of y'all don't want to hear that. You want to keep believing that your lifestyle is harmless, that you're just having fun, that it's all part of being young, wild, and free. Let me tell you something. Freedom without purpose is a fast road to destruction. And fun that robs you of your future isn't fun. It's a distraction. And distractions are dangerous because they look like peace, but they're actually chaos in disguise. You think you're in control because you chose the party, but you're not. The party chose you. The moment you needed it to feel valuable, it owned you. The moment you used that high to cope, it began digging its claws into you, and the deeper you go, the harder it is to climb out. Look at your bank account, look at your body, look at your mind. Are you proud of that? Is that the man you dreamed about becoming when you were a kid? No, and you know it, but you're scared to admit it, scared to face the fact that you've wasted time, scared to start over. But let me tell you something, it's scarier to stay where you are. Because one day, you're gonna wake up too late, and by then that body won't bounce back. That opportunity will be gone. That dream will have died. You've been running from the mirror, but that mirror. That's where the truth lies. You look in it and see all the things you could have been, and it hurts. It's supposed to. Pain is the price of transformation. It's the fire that burns off the weakness, but you keep trying to numb it. You don't want to feel it, so you call her. You hit the pipe. You pop the pill. You drink the bottle, and for a second you forget. But when it wears off, the pain is still there. Only now it's worse. Now you've got shame layered on top of it. You were not created to live like this. You were not built to exist from one night to the next, one girl to the next, one hit to the next. You were built to lead, to build, to stand tall with integrity, to walk through storms with strength. But as long as you keep letting pleasure control you, you'll never become that man. You'll stay stuck. You'll keep repeating the same day over and over, calling it a lifestyle. And don't think people don't see it. They do. They see you spiraling. They see the fakeness in your smile. They hear the desperation in your voice. You think you're hiding it, but everyone knows, even the ones enabling you. They see it too. But they won't tell you because they benefit from your brokenness. They need you to stay down so they don't have to look at their own reflection. But the clock's ticking, my man. You don't have time to keep playing this game. Every minute you waste is a minute you're not investing in your future. Every dollar you blow on meaningless pleasures is a dollar you're not using to build something real. Every night you spend chasing lust is a night you could have spent chasing legacy. It's not about being perfect. It's about getting real, being honest with yourself, saying, "This is not the life I want," and then doing something about it, because nobody's coming to save you, no woman. No rehab, no preacher, no motivational video. It's on you. You've got to decide that you're done being average, done being weak, done being a slave to your own cravings, and yeah, it's gonna hurt. Walking away always does. But the pain of growth is far better than the pain of regret. That drug, that girl, that party, they don't love you. They never did. And the faster you understand that, the faster you can move on. You've got something greater inside you. But you'll never discover it until you stop selling your soul for cheap thrills. You were born with greatness, but greatness requires sacrifice. You don't get to keep your habits and gain your goals. You've got to choose, and if you keep choosing wrong, life will make the choice for you. It'll take your health, your peace, your relationships, your future, all because you couldn't say no. I'm telling you now, say no. Not because it's easy, not because it's trendy, but because you owe it to yourself. You owe it to the man inside you who's been buried under all the lies, all the mistakes, all the bad decisions. That man is still in there. But he's suffocating, and it's up to you to bring him back to life. The first step, say goodbye, not maybe later, not after one more time. Goodbye, cut it off, block her number, walk away from that friend group. Throw out what's killing you, leave the comfort behind, because comfort is the enemy of growth, and you cannot evolve while staying cozy in dysfunction. You've got to get uncomfortable. You've got to face the withdrawals, the silence, the loneliness, the pain. You've got to sit in it, cry through it, and rise from it. That's how transformation works. That's how kings are made, in fire, not in fantasy, in sacrifice, not in safety. And the beauty is this. Once you walk away, once you clean your life of all the distractions and poison, you start to see. Your mind clears, your energy returns, you start dreaming again, planning again. You start walking taller, thinking sharper, loving deeper, because now you're not just surviving, you're living. You start attracting people who actually care about you. You start building habits that actually serve you. You start making money in ways that don't cost your soul. And every time you're tempted to go back, you remind yourself what it cost you. You remind yourself that nothing is worth your peace, your power, or your potential. So say goodbye, not just with your lips, but with your life, with your actions, with your decisions, every day, every moment. Walk away and don't look back. Because everything you truly want in life is on the other side of that goodbye. Let's not pretend that walking away from a toxic lifestyle is easy. It's not. It takes guts. It takes more courage to leave behind the things that feel good than to stay and keep destroying yourself quietly. You don't say goodbye to girls who drain your soul or to the drugs that blur your pain because it's some noble idea. You do it because you hit that point, deep down, where you're just tired of waking up feeling empty, tired of looking strong on the outside while crumbling on the inside, tired of pretending that the same lifestyle that's killing you is somehow giving you life. There comes a moment when the fog lifts for just long enough that you see it. You see the damage, you see the time lost, you see the lies you told yourself to justify the nights out, the hookups, the highs, the fake friendships, the reckless spending. You see how you traded peace for chaos. And when that moment of clarity hits, it hits hard because now you can't unsee it. Now you've got a choice to make, and avoiding it just makes the cost higher. See, walking away doesn't make you weak. It makes you wise. It means you finally figured out that your life is worth more than another cheap thrill. It means you finally realized that attention isn't affection, that being numb isn't being okay, and that feeling alive for 5 minutes isn't worth being lost for 5 years. It means you're choosing purpose over popularity, that you're willing to be alone if that's what it takes to get clean. Clean in your mind, your body, your spirit. But don't expect everyone to clap for you. Don't expect the same girls who only called when you had something to offer to suddenly respect your growth. Don't expect your old crew to cheer you on when you stop showing up to waste time with them. Most people don't celebrate change because it threatens their comfort. When you start rising, they have to look at themselves, and not everybody's ready for that. You'll hear them say you switched up. You'll hear them joke about how you're too good now. But understand this, elevation always creates separation. You can't fly while holding hands with anchors. You can't grow while staying connected to what was meant to be temporary. And a lot of the people you called friends, they were just mirrors of your own dysfunction. When you start healing, the reflection changes, and so does the crowd. You have to be okay with that. You have to learn to sit with the silence that comes after cutting off the noise. Because that silence, that's where the real you starts speaking. That's where vision is born. That's where focus is sharpened. And when you're no longer distracted by drama, you begin to build discipline. You begin to rebuild the broken parts of your life, one brick at a time. Your mornings change. You stop waking up with regret and hangovers. You wake up with purpose. You begin to move differently. You say no to what once tempted you, not because you can't, but because you don't want to. You've outgrown it. You've outgrown the need to prove something to people who never had your back to begin with. You don't chase validation anymore because you've found your value. It's a powerful place to be when your peace matters more than popularity, when your clarity matters more than temporary company, when your future matters more than your feelings. That's when you know you're on the right path. And the beautiful thing is, you start attracting differently too. The same women who once came around for fun start to fade, and the ones who come now, they respect your energy. They see your worth, not just your looks, your money, or your game, but you, the man you're becoming. But this journey ain't for the faint of heart. The temptations don't disappear, they just change shape. They might come dressed as opportunities, wrapped in flattery, disguised as just one time. You've got to be sharp. You've got to stay grounded, because the same demons that watched you walk away, they'll try to follow you. They'll whisper reminders of how good it used to feel, how easy it would be to slip back into the old habits. That's why you've got to be rooted in something stronger than your emotions. You need a reason, a why, a future so clear that the past doesn't stand a chance. Think about who you want to be in 5 years. Do you want to be known as the guy who could never say no, the man who was always around but never really present? Do you want to be haunted by potential you never lived up to? Or do you want to be the man who looked hell in the face and said, "Not today"? The man who chose peace, progress, and power. The man who didn't just talk about change, but became it. That's what's on the other side of goodbye. A man you can be proud of. A life you can actually enjoy. A body that's healthy, a mind that's sharp, relationships that are rooted in respect, not lust or convenience, money that stays, not just flows out with every party, vision that guides your steps, discipline that keeps you focused. Freedom, not that fake freedom you used to chase, the freedom that led to more chains, but real freedom, the kind where you can walk into any room and not be swayed by the energy. The kind where you don't need to be drunk to have a good time, or high to feel okay, or surrounded by women to feel like a man. The kind where you are enough, because you've done the work, because you've rebuilt from the inside out. And that's what this is really about. It's not just about quitting girls or drugs. It's about choosing yourself, about loving yourself enough to stop settling for what drains you, about believing you deserve better even when better feels unfamiliar. Because let's be honest, dysfunction is comfortable. Chaos can feel like home when that's all you've known. But comfort will kill you if it's keeping you from growth. You've got to push through the withdrawals. The lonely nights, the cravings, the doubts. You've got to look temptation in the eye and remind it that it doesn't own you anymore, that you've decided to live, to lead, to rise. And every time you resist, every time you say no, every time you choose clarity over confusion, you get stronger. Not just mentally, not just physically, but spiritually. That strength builds momentum. Suddenly you're stacking wins. You're achieving things you used to only talk about. You're becoming consistent. You start attracting new opportunities. People begin to notice, not because you're trying to impress them, but because they can feel your energy has shifted, you don't beg anymore, you don't chase, you command respect without saying a word. And all of that began the moment you said, "I'm done." One decision, one line in the sand, that's the power of goodbye, but you can't fake this. You can't halfway do it. You can't keep one foot in dysfunction and the other in destiny. You either walk away or you stay stuck. You either rise or you rot. You either grow or you die slowly, inside and out. That's the hard truth, but the beautiful truth is, you still have time, not forever. But right now, and that's enough, so use it. Use this moment. Make it count. Cut the ties. Burn the bridges that lead back to your old life. Not out of hate, not out of fear, but out of love. Love for yourself. Love for your future, love for what you're capable of becoming. Let them talk, let them laugh, let them say you changed because you should. You were never meant to stay the same. You were never meant to stay stuck in cycles of lust, addiction, and distraction. You were meant to lead, to love, to live with integrity, and the world needs that version of you. Your family needs him. Your community needs him. You need him. You can become that man, not someday, not maybe, but now, and it starts with a choice. A goodbye, a decision to walk away and never look back, to trust that what you're walking toward is worth more than what you're walking away from, because it is, it always has been, and deep down you've always known it. So now it's time to draw the line. Time to stop playing small and acting like your life doesn't matter. Time to stop giving your energy to women who don't respect you and to substances that don't serve you. You've already tasted the consequences of that life-wasted time. Fake love, broken trust, clouded vision. Now it's time to taste the reward of self-respect, clarity, peace, and real purpose. This is your wake-up call. This is your moment. You don't need another warning, another loss, or another regret to finally act. You already know what you have to do, and the only thing standing between who you are and who you could be is the decision to let go. Say goodbye with your chest held high. Say goodbye with your mind made up. Say goodbye knowing you're not losing anything. You're gaining everything. Your future is not built in the comfort of addiction or the chase of validation. Your future is built in the fire of discipline and the silence of intentional solitude. Become the man you were born to be, not the one the world tricked you into becoming. You don't need girls or drugs to feel alive. You need vision, you need courage, you need faith in yourself. Choose greatness, choose freedom, choose to rise, and never look back.